Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, so today I'm going to be bringing you news of another card from the Pokémon Sun and Moon collection, which has been revealed, and which, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, it looks pretty interesting. We are talking about Vikavolt, a new Pokémon who, I do remember seeing this one. I do remember a little bit of something about this. Now, it's a stag beetle and blah, blah, blah. Best thing about Vikavolt is actually it's a stage 2. And the stage 1 charger bug looks like a bus, and it basically spends its whole time just kind of sitting waiting to evolve. But Vikavolt can literally pick up charger bug and use it like a battery to keep on fighting. And if that's not a reason to like this Pokemon, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is. But let's have a look at the card itself. The card itself is pretty gosh darn interesting. Now, it's a stage 2. That is always a problem. We have got Rare Candy, which allows you to evolve from the basic directly into Vikavolt, as long as he's been down for a turn. But we don't have any shortcuts. If it was grass, we'd have Forest of Giant Plants. If it was fighting or water, we would have Maxies or Archies. But it's none of those, so we've got to evolve it using Rare Candy or the old-fashioned way. Now, being a lightning Pokemon, it is weak to fighting. Most of them are. It's not the end of the world. Honestly, there aren't that many good fighting Pokemon around at the moment. Maybe Lycanroc gets big, but otherwise, at least for the time being, it's not the end of the world. They're all got to be weak to something. Resistance to metal is kind of cool. You never know when it might come in handy. We're not overflowing with great metal Pokemon at the moment, but resistance is resistance, quite frankly. Now, 150 HP is fine for a stage 2. In terms of the attack, it's alright. The attack isn't what really excites me here. But the attack, 150 damage, discard free energy attached to him. Now, this is another one of those annoying it's not quite enough, but it will KO most stage 2s. And with a Giovanni's to boost the damage output by 20, it will KO a large number of EXs. Now, these new GX cards with 200, 210 HP, it's not KOing them. But that's alright, it's still a 2-hit KO on them, and it only gives up 1 prize. Discarding free energy is annoying, and I'd rather it didn't have to discard free. But as we're going to see in a minute, it can attach 2 energy to itself. And it can use double colourless energy. So the combination of being able to attach 2 energy using the ability and double colourless means you can actually be attaching 4 energy a turn and discarding free energy a turn while doing 150. So this can help. And let's not forget the card Energy Recycler, which allows you to get 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck, which with Vikavolt is going to be absolutely key. Discarding energy and getting them back again, this is one of the very few cards which is going to make use of Energy Recycler. So straight off the bat, the attack is not spectacular, but it's kind of cool. As a side note before we get moving, it is available as a regular card or as a promo if you buy a box of the set in Japan. Yay! But it's the ability here that makes me like this enough to go ahead and make a video a couple hours after it's revealed. Strong charge. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a grass energy and a lightning energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Now, you could just use his attack here, attach a grass, a lightning, and a double colourless. You can be going from 0 to 150 damage in a single turn. And anyone who's been listening, watching for a while will know I am a big fan of Pokemon where you can attack in 1 turn. Either single energy or getting rolling. So first of all, this is good for him. But this is very short-sighted. There are so many cards that can really benefit from having extra energy attachments of grass and lightning. Now, just so we're clear, this is not by any stretch supposed to be an exhaustive list. This is examples of cards that can be used. Let's not forget that in Pokemon Collection Sun and Moon, as well as every set going forward, there will be new Pokemon that use grass energy, lightning energy, or colourless energy that can take advantage of this. So, not unlike Lurantis, we talked about Lurantis GX, link in the description, she can attach, or I suppose I should say accelerate grass energy. Well, this is grass and lightning. First of all, Beedrill and Mega Beedrill. Both of them need grass energy, both of them need 2 grass energy, so use the ability for one and attach the other from your hand. Off we go. I've done a video about Beedrills, that is again in the description. I'll give you way more insight there than I've got time to do in this video. Mega Venusaur has a fairly hefty attack cost, the kind of attack cost that would usually make me go, you know what? Bit too rich for my liking. We've got Spirit Links now, so now we can go ahead, we can use this Mega Venusaur that's coming out in Evolutions, a reprint of the one from X and Y, because now the cost is affordable. We've got Lugia EX, who just does more damage for every energy attached to him, so you can pile energy on. You could be attaching 4 energy in one turn with Lugia, and that is quite ridiculous. But it's not just the first attack from Lugia that I quite like using this. Let's not forget Deep Hurricane, which can do 150 for 4 energy if there's a stadium in play, and then you discard the stadium. 150 good, discarding your opponent's stadium, good. So I like Lugia with this, but I like both of Lugia's attacks. Snorlax GX, I've done a video on him, link in the description. He's expensive, but you combine this and double colourless energy, and he becomes a lot more reasonable. But let's go for some slightly more unusual ones we haven't talked about very much lately. How about Trevenant EX? A card which has seen a little bit of play here and there, but has never been a complete powerhouse, so to speak. Well, Trevenant EX, Wood Blast, 20 more damage for every grass energy, 50 as a base. It's the old Caldeo EX attack. That can add up pretty quickly, and of course you're hitting for grass weakness there. Vikavolt only hits lightning weakness, so having Trevenant hit grass weakness, or any of the other grass Pokemon hitting grass weakness, can be pretty good. I quite like Trevenant EX. Plus, anytime you can trap your opponent in the active is really good. Imagine this. You trap them in the active with Dark Forest. They're unable to retreat, I don't know, let's say you trap a Hooper EX in the active with Dark Forest. They can't retreat the Hooper, and every turn they're not retreating, you're putting a lightning and a grass energy on the field, and whatever you're attaching from your hand. You're putting free energy on the field every turn while they can't retreat. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Trevenant EX might be getting good. How about Jolteon EX? Flash Ray is a good attack which stops attacks from basic Pokemon the following turn. Now, you can now use Pokemon Ranger to get around this, which is a shame, but still, you can use the ability to put a lightning on, you can use double colourless, and off we go. How about Mega Ampharos? The very expensive Vikavolt allows you to do 170 damage with auto paralysis while you do 30 to yourself. Automatic paralysis if you don't one-hit KO, but 170 will be enough to one-hit KO most things. So you either one-hit KO or you two-hit KO, paralysing them in the meantime. Mega Ampharos, lot of potential here. How about Chestnut Break? 160 and 30 to one of your opponent's bench. Takes 4 energy usually, but of course with DCE in play and attaching a grass energy per turn using the ability, this could be pretty gosh darn funky. I like this quite a bit. Let's be clear though, Chestnut Break is still essentially a stage 3, it's a Break Evolve stage 2. And I'll give you one more. Raikou, or Raikou, however you want to pronounce it. Same basic attack as Trevenant EX, except it's lightning, it's got an awesome ability that reduces damage done to it by 20. this is just plain fun. I'm a big fan of Raikou. Now, essentially what you're doing here is instead of playing Max Elixir, instead of playing EXP Share, you are using Vikavolt's ability. Now, I've got to make it very clear, this is a stage 2, which means it's not the fastest Pokemon ever, but this ability stacks. If you can get 2 Vikavolt in play, then that's 2 Grass Energy and 2 Lightning Energy per turn, plus your usual attachment. Even if you don't like Vikavolt, even if I've not convinced you in this video that it has massive potential, think about this. Lurantis, Stage 1, accelerates energy. Vikavolt, Stage 2, accelerates energy. Pokemon is basically making us play like we learned to play, most of us. Evolved Pokemon, lots of energy. We are seeing, it looks like, and this is only a guess based on what we've seen from Sun and Moon so far, but instead of, hey, it's a Pokemon, it's a basic, it attacks big for 1 energy, we're now going towards, you've got to evolve and pile energy on, but I promise you it will be worth it. If nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, that leaves me excited for the future. Now, you know the deal, there's a comment section, use it. What do you think about Vikavolt? There's a like button, it would make me awfully happy if you clicked it. There is a subscribe button, which you should have clicked by now, but I'll forgive you if you haven't, as long as you do so now. And get a friend to click it as well. And of course, you can find me on Twitter @TheWassy. Thank you very much for watching. The most important thing, as always, is to look after yourself till next time. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.